Welcome to Bio class. Today the chapter 9 Biomolecules. Biomolecules, in other word biochemistry. Biochemistry, it is a chemistry of biological part, biological organism. So uh, if we if we want to take it out the chemicals from the human body, from any organism's body, we don't have to do that whole body. We have to take we have to take just one cell, because cell is the unit of structural and functional. So from the cell we can get almost all different type of biochemicals. Okay, so we know that we have the carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, calcium, all this, and so many other trace elements also. So here is one experiment that here it is done. Then you can see this one, this part. We can take any living tissue, a vegetable or the piece of liver in an animal or plant, anything, and grind it in trichloroacetic acid. So you can see this one. Trichloroacetic acetic acid, in mortar pestle, and we obtain thick slurry. If we stain it with a cotton and some other, so we get the two different part. The one part is called filtrate, and another part retentate. So let's see here. Here we can this experiment in this way we can see here. Here the living tissue, trichloroacetic acid, this is grinded, the thick slurry we have got, and after that we are filtering with the cotton, and the filtrate here. Filtrate means that which is soluble in the acid. These are the micromolecule. Okay, so here in the micromolecule, and here which is not soluble, they remain over the cotton. The acid insoluble pool, they are macromolecule. So in brief, what is a macromolecule? Macromolecule is a protein, nucleic acid, polysaccharide, lipids. And what are micromolecule? If protein is the macromolecule, then micromolecule is amino acid. Here the nucleic acid, it means the phosphate, sugar, and if the polysaccharides, then it is monosaccharide like glucose, fructose, and it is a fatty acid, glycerol, if the lipid is there. So macromolecule and the micromolecule, it can separate. It means that we are having this two macromolecule and the micromolecule in our body. So next page we can see that one table is there, table 9.1. Take a look at that one. Now elements present in human body. Element present in human body, you can see here it is hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen. This four you have to keep in mind. This four it will be there in other, and others also you can see this, so that the carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and the nitrogen, this this four, it is there. And here is another small experiment which is available here. If we burn one living cell or tissue, so what will happen? Look at here. this living tissue, leaf, liver, hmm, all the water it's evaporates. And the remaining material gives dry weight, and tissue is fully burnt. All nitrogen, sorry, all carbon compounds are oxidized to gaseous form. It means the carbon dioxide, water vapor, and are removed. And remaining, which is called ash, this contains the several elements like calcium, magnesium, and also will get here the acid soluble uh, fraction. Acid soluble fraction, it means the micro molecules, that all everything we get. So in at a glance, if we check that, look at here. So here here the human body, here the water, the protein and carbohydrate, fat. The percentage sometimes it varies in different books too. But main thing that we have to notice, here the oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, phosphorus. These are the the main part, the main important components in our body. And the another sides also, which is inorganic some substances, which is the sodium, calcium, magnesium, that part also, which is found in the trace material. Here water content is huge amount, and the protein content is more than the carbohydrate content. Here is the fat content almost same as protein content and the mineral content. So from at a glance you can able to understand that what is present in our body. Now one by one we'll come here in the macromolecule, micromolecules. So the first here it comes in next the amino acids. Amino acid are organic compound containing an amino group, one amino group here, and at least one amino group, at least one carboxyl group found in the same carbon. So that is why it is called the alpha amino acid. I mean alpha carbon it is attached. So structure of methane, there are four the groups which are occupying the 4 valency position. These are here also. There are 4. One is hydrogen, that you can see the carboxyl group. The second one the amino group, and here this one is the variable. It means that in amino acid structure RCH, CHNH2, COOH. So here R only variable, other part it has remains same in all amino acids. Okay. So amino acid is the end product of protein, that you know. It means that it is the single. There are 20 different type of amino acids are found in nature. 20 different types. So amino acid, there are 2 amino acid which makes that dipeptide. In between the peptide bonds it can join. So there are few, it can form the polypeptide. Then after that complexity it increases, then peptone, then it will be more, then metaprotein it will be, and the protein is very complicated. So on hydrolysis, if we do the hydrolysis, then protein breaks into at first metaprotein, then proteose, then peptone, then polypeptide, then dipeptide, and amino acid. In our body, in the process of digestion, when we eat protein, it has to convert into amino acid, otherwise this this protein will not be absorbed in our gut. So all this in our process also, everything it is going on. Now let's take a look at different types of protein, which are told that 20 different types are there. Simplest amino acid is here, that is glycine. Glycine here R equal to H, so only H here it is attached. So this is the simplest structure of the amino acid. 40% in fibrion, bromine in silk, that is found. Valine is there, where R, the value of the R C3H7, so it can be written in this. So this is the fixed part of the amino acid, one carboxyl, one amino group. So valine, this is the valine, this is called the essential amino acid. It cannot be synthesized in the body. Here is a serine. Serine, you can see here one hydroxyl group is there and the CH2. So R is CH2OH. It is found in egg yolk. Another one here, the glutamic acid. That glutamic acid, it is called that monoamino dicarboxylic acid. So why so I am telling you. Look at here. Here carboxylic group is, there are two. Okay, this is the common part, and here is the added part, CH2 CHH. That is the glutamic acid, alpha aminoglutamic acid, widely distributed in protein. This is called the acidic amino acid. Look at here, acidic amino acid, because there are two carboxylic group is present. In lysine, you have to carefully see here one extra amino group is there. Here this is the normal part, and here one extra amino group is there. So here CH2 NH2 is added. That is the lysine. That is why it is called the basic amino acid. Basic amino acid, because this group it is there too. So this is diamino group, diamino monocarboxylic, which is called the basic group. In cyclic amino acid, you can see that phenol, monohydrate phenol, which is monohydrate phenol, which is added here. You can see the structure here. Monoamino 3-phenyl propenic acid, and also the tyrosine. It is not coming. Next one is tyrosine dihydric phenol. It is there, it is added, you can see. Here these are the cyclic amino acid. Tryptophan also, tryptophan, indole, that one pyrrole group, the indole is the benzene and the pyrrole, that group is the complicated structure. You can see this part, and the amino acid, it is there. The in plant hormone, all are in this. So these are the amino acid which is not fully discussed because it is there only in your book, this part. There are 20 different type of amino acid is there, and a long discussion, but here it in short that I am just giving you this information. Okay, so prepare next part, the lipid will be discussed. Thank you.